How much did it cost to build a 1,000 horsepower Subaru? Now, this is my most asked question, so let's do a quick price breakdown. Now, I purchased my chassis, my 2017 STI, for about $37,000 after tax. Now, the chassis itself is where you're gonna have the biggest cost fluctuation, but since I went with the newer chassis, it's gonna cost a little bit more. Now, for just a bare long block, that means no accessories, nothing on it, just the heads and the short block build, you're gonna be spending around $15,000 to $20,000. And that cost is more so if you have someone build the motor for you like I did. Now, for a billet intake manifold and injector housings, you're spending around $3,000. Now, for the fuel system, that is the radium hanger, the fuel pressure regulator, the injectors, fuel rails, lines, and whatnot, you're spending around $3,500. Now, for oiling components, we have our oil pan, baffle, pickup, and I'm going to include the AOS. You're spending right around $1,000. Now, for the most expensive part on this car is actually my custom-made turbo kit. You're spending around $15,000 to replicate the kit I have. Granted, that turbo costs nearly $5,000. Now, for a clutch to hold all the power you're going to be throwing, you're spending around $2,000 to $3,000 depending on which one you get. For the drag pack, the slicks and the wheels, so you could actually hook at the track, this was around $2,000. Now, that is all of the big bulk stuff. We do have some cooling stuff, so a radiator that was like $400 or $500. There's going to be miscellaneous sensors like a map sensor, IAT sensor. So let's go a little high and say $1,000 on miscellaneous stuff. And that brings the grand total to just over $80,000 to replicate the same power build I have on my car, not including tuning and stuff like that, but just for all of the parts, you're looking at about $80,000, which is insane. And keep in mind, this is like my 4th turbo kit and like my 5th or 6th motor now, so I'm well over 6 figures into this car, but as it sits, right around 80 grand.